Oh. You know, I got rid of him.
There he is.
You know, dude, like my thing is we gave them the option on this show. We said, guys, you can pick Elm Street.
Yep.
And what did they pick, Brandon? What remind the people what happened on the poll?
The poll was it was Nightmare Before Elm Street versus Leatherface, and somehow it Leatherface pulled it off too. Like Nightmare on Elm Street was kicking ass, and then it fell behind. I don't know what happened. It's really weird. I think it was rigged.
So if this show becomes a massive disaster, Brandon, guess what? You're off the hook tonight.
Am I?
If you butcher, no pun intended, this ranking tonight, who do we have to blame?
The audience.
The audience. This one's on y'all tonight.
That's right. That's right.
Listen, my hat is not massive. My hat is the correct size. My thing is, you guys wanted a Texas Chainsaw Show. You're going to get a damn Texas Chainsaw Show. Brandon, let me do these super chats. Then I think you have something a little Southern you're working on.
I do.
Over there.
I love the hat, by the way.
Thank you, dude. I got it at, never mind. Danky Kang rises from his throne as CHH enters the Tang portal from Beta's chest, and he charges his banana Kamehameha. He fires, and CHH cuts the beam in half with his blade, sparking up the sky in orange and yellow. Another riveting chapter in the comic series that is Planet Dirty. Thank you so much, right. Saturn Video.
Thank you.
Saturn Video was fan of the year of 2024.
He was.
I never said he can't be fan of the year in 2025. It just depends, but it's it's pretty tough to beat him. But so congrats, Saturn Video, on that again. We'll see what happens this year. And thank you so much, Beyond the Grave. Oh, let me do the clip first for Saturn.
There you go.
Get Saturn's clip first.
George P. Wilbur is well, actually no, Dick Warlock's my favorite Myers, but it's Sweet George Wilbur, Jizz P. what I say.
And then we got Beyond the Grave Media. Been building a deck all damn day. I was so excited for this, dude. It's funny because I'm actually in the middle of deck repairs myself, so I feel your pain. But thank you so much, Beyond the Grave Media. Great guy. Y'all check out the interview I did on his channel a couple weeks ago. But let's give him something for his trouble.
Dude, this is the best Children of the Corn movie. It looks the most expensive. It looks the most polished. It has really good cinematography. The color grading kicks fucking ass. The score is really good. The main chick in it is really good. It's her first starring role. It's the chick from, what the hell's her name? The chick from, Naomi Watts. She's the starring chick. And there's also Karen Black in it. There's all like the locusts and shit, and the kids climbing up from the well. Like, it's a fucking sweet movie.
The background gagging is the best part of that clip, dude.
Brandon, I want to say hello to everybody in the chat, but first, I am ready for the Texas Chainsaw Show, as you can see.
Yes.
Now, yep. I'm very interested in what you prepared tonight for the Texas Chainsaw Show. Hold on.
So first of all, I wanted a hat, dude. I have a cowboy hat somewhere. Couldn't find it, and I couldn't find one at the store that looked awesome. But
did you check the freezer?
I did, but you have enough hat for both of us, dude. That thing's supreme.
This is a normal. What are you talking? It's a normal sized hat. There's nothing big about this. It's a regular size.
Dude, I'm regretting my decision about this though that I told you about. So for the audience, this is pulled pork. It's supposed to be pulled pork. It looks more like
put it up to the mic and churn it. Put it up.
It looks like corned beef. Can you guys hear the sound effects? Wait, hold on. It looks like corned beef hash. I just smothered it in Sweet Baby Ray's sweet and spicy sauce, which is one of the better ones out there. And I got a brioche bun. I'm like a pulled pork sandwich. To the pulled pork background we have for the thumbnail. You're gonna bun it? They got some IBC black cherry bottled soda too.
Now, Brandon, you have to wait. Brandon, hold on. Before you say it's pulled pork, that son of a bitch was in a frozen bag at Walmart.
It was, yeah. This is not homemade pulled pork. This is the first time we bought pre-cooked, pre-made pulled pork and heated it up. And the toilet is already calling my name, dude. That's all I'll say about it.
The audience needs to see how you layer the sandwich, the proportion size. We need to see if it's 50-50 bun and pork or if it's 70-30 pork to bun. We need to see your. Oh, dude, that looks rank. Dude, it looks like brains.
It literally smells like corned beef hash. It does not smell like pulled pork to me, dude. I'm a little bit afraid about this, dude.
Dylan says Drayton Sawyer would be proud.
The texture is kind of like it's got like a it's got like a slimy, gooey texture even before the sauce. So I'm a little bit apprehensive.
Once you have it set, Brandon, can we get a zoom lens on that so the audience can get a real close look at that? He's covering it. He's covering his sauce. Oh my god!
Just a little bit of a dribble.
Now wait, that's a spicy. That's a spicy sweet.
Yeah,
baby
the sweet
Ray?
and spicy. It's my favorite Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
So I think there's like a hickory that I hated, but I usually get the regular. But I haven't tried the sweet and spicy. Oh,
it's more like a sloppy Joe than a pulled pork sandwich.
Now, Brandon, can you take a big bite of that for the audience at home?
Sure.
All 100. Brandon, we're at 157 people. I know they're getting there. Guys, let's get those likes locked in before Brandon takes his first bite. Hold on, bro. Let me check the stat count.
This stuff is so good.
How is that? The IBC.
Fantastic.
Really?
I was going to get root beer, but I couldn't find a really good root beer at the store I wanted that was weird and bougie, so I just got IBC Black Cherry. Fantastic. I also got that new the new Dr. Pepper Cherry. It's in the fridge. I'm going to try that later.
Is it really good?
This is good. I haven't had the Dr. Pepper Cherry yet, but I can't imagine it not being good. So,
all right, guys, we're at 86 likes. I'm gonna hit refresh. Let's get those 100 likes. Let's get done. Let's be done with it for y'all's sake, so I can shut up. Let's just be done with it.
I mean, it is a barbecue. It's a barbecue show. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh god. Watch him say it's really good. Take your time. Are you sweating?
It's not bad, dude.
What? Are you kidding me?
It's pretty good. It needs to be a little bit warmer. I thought it was warm enough, but I think the sauce made it a little bit cold, but it does not taste bad at all, dude. This is really surprising. Hold on a second. Wait, hold on. I might just be having an aneurysm.
Oh, you got it upside down? That's how you bite it? You flip it?
Sometimes, yeah. Get more of the brioche crunch, you know?
All right, go for it. Oh, my God. Oh, you got some of that sauce on that bite. I saw it. Dude, you don't get seeded buns? What the hell's wrong with you?
Dude, that ain't bad at all.
You're a lie.
That is not bad at all.
It looks like freaking dog food. Is that what you feed your kids? Is that what they ate tonight?
Oh, yeah. They had pulled pork and passed out. Exactly. Literally, that's probably better than the most recent homemade pulled pork I had, actually. It's like the right mix of pulled pork and Alpo. It's really good.
Where was the recent pulled pork from? And by the way, guys, 93 likes. Come on, let's go. Come on, guys. It's 160, let's get the likes up. Where did you get the pulled pork previously? What are we comparing it to?
It came from pulled pork. I mean,
that IBC is already working overtime.
It came from Publix, and this also came from Publix, not 20 feet from the actual pork that you can buy and prepare yourself. It's called, I think the brand is Curly's pulled pork. It's good, dude. I'm not joking.
Have you had like the real deal pulled pork from like homemade or like you smoked it all day or
yes,
like on a restaurant? Compare it to that.
Again, to the most recent batch of pulled pork we did, this tastes better somehow. The best pulled pork from a restaurant that I've had is probably Texas Roadhouse. Not Slow and Low. Slow and Low is probably the best one. It's a little restaurant in Cocoa Beach. They have really, really good pulled pork. Well,
Brandon, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are we giving the great value pulled pork or Publix pork? Is that what we're calling it?
I'll give this a good. I'll give this a 7.2555 continued.
I was gonna say if you go over a 7.5, dude, you're kidding me.
7.2555 carried on. So,
thank you so much, Movie Junkie John. Y'all ready for the show? Give me some. Give me if there's a cowboy hat emoji, guys. Let's start dropping them down below. We're gonna get this show on the road. That way we'll know you guys are ready and locked in. Thank you so much, Movie Junkie John. In the middle of a move to a new house. Can't wait to rewatch this later. Brandon, don't break our TCM hearts. This town loves primates. Maybe he's from Texas, Movie Junkie John.
There you go.
You know? Thank you so much. Let me give Movie Junkie John his clip.
I feel like people sleep.
That is a classic clip. All right, Brandon, let's say hello to everybody in the chat while you enjoy your Publix pork. We got Unsunday Unstrin. What a name that is. We got CR, Hunter Collects. We got Grizzly, Matt Arnett. What's up, Matt? Shot by Shot. We got Sacco in the chat. Landfill Joy with the TCM2 profile picture. We know where he stands, Brandon.
Yep.
We got Fall Glimmer, PP Dangler. Hell of a name. Gar. It's not a Planet Dirty show without Gar. Blu-ray Addict. Fred Leggett. That sounds like a guy from the Alps.
Mhm.
Nightmare Films. Richard Strange. We got Cable Channel 11. God bless Cable Channel 11. Movie Misfits video. Horror Bloody Horror. We got our girl Allie in the chat enjoying the show tonight. Jason Morbees. Is that the Great Value, Jason Voorhees?
Yeah,
Brandon, I wonder what movie this guy likes. We got Night 90 Robert.
there he is.
Well, he's got to be happy right now with the new 4K coming out.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Adrian James, Gruesome Geek, The R Ring. Seriously, it might be the camera angle, but that hat looks the size of those sun hats British ladies wear guarding, but with a stiff brim. This hat is normal size. What are y'all talking about? Hunter Collects. Good to see everybody. Justin Smith. After Hours video. Any hard shell peppercorns in there, Brandon?
No, but I got some gold teeth. I could bite through those things anyway. You know, fingernails, bone, whatever you want. So,
Bumpy Jonas. Good to see everybody. Everybody, welcome to the show. I am excited. All right. So, Brandon, what we're going to do, I thought about going back and forth, but honestly, I think you've been thinking about this since the last show, probably. I think you've lost sleep about this. I think you've paced back and forth on this. That's just me. I am ready to see your ranking. Now, there are a few movies in here that if they're placed low, I'm going to absolutely lose my shit.
oh, you're going to lose your shit right away.
So what we're going to do, Brandon, is I'm going to allow you to go through your ranking. And we're going to take our time with your ranking, see how your brain works, how your brain operates. And then I'll breeze through mine at the end. Because honestly, people are here for one reason. I don't know why. It's always you. It's not me. If I do a Planet Dirty show where I just let you do it, I'm sure the viewers would skyrocket more than they usually do. So I think the people are ready. We are about to be 20 minutes in. Bro, before we do that, last question, Brandon, what did you do this weekend? Anything going on? I know the weather was kind of poor.
Yeah, it stormed like crazy yesterday, but we had a good 4th. It was a nice family 4th. We still did fireworks and stuff. But it stormed all day. We did the pool, fireworks parade, 4th of July parade. It was a good day.
The kids
I
don't
ate
mind
like
the
a
fireworks.
4 or 5. What's that?
They said the kids don't mind the fireworks. They like
They
them.
don't. Yeah, they do like them. I ate 4 or 5 smash burgers, a bunch of hot dogs. It was a good time.
And last thing I want to mention, guys, before we start the show is I want everybody in the chat to give a huge round of applause. Brandon, over the last 2 weeks, did an avant-garde legendary thing and has amassed over 7 million Instagram views in the last couple weeks.
Yep.
Brandon refused to tell me anything about this. He's still pretty closed off on the cuff. Brandon, what can you say about the
I will
Murder
say
House?
it's been a pretty quiet week. Ever since we went over there and we threw the doll back in the yard, we haven't really heard much. The cops haven't been back out here. The construction crews haven't been back out here. It's been a pretty quiet week. So I can't complain. Obviously the content's fallen off because there's been nothing to mine from it, which is good. There was some guy who came out here a day or two ago trying to go into the house, and the cops came. and he tried to flee. And I think they arrested him down at the storage unit down the street. So
Right.
there's been a couple people coming by to see the place, so I kind of regret putting it up online. But I mean, what can you do? Hindsight's 2020.
Well, Brandon, be safe over there, man. I've enjoyed the content, but when I asked you, like, how did you pull all this off, and you were like, what do you mean? Like, you think this is a fraud? Like, you think I'm making this up? I was pretty like, be careful, dude, for the love of God.
I shall. Thank you.
But thank you so much to Silver Staff is that an Australian $5? You mentioned in your last show that it's humbling to learn that some people don't like you. Are you brave enough to do a roast show for fun? Honestly, I would be okay with that. But let me tell you something, Silver Staff. Just look in the comment sections of every video I do. That is a roast show. But thank you so much, Silver Staff. Let me give you a clip.
I'm going to go fucking buck wild for Easter this year.
Thank you so much, Silver Staff. All right, Brandon.
Yes.
I am ready to rock and I am ready to roll. Are you finished with your sandwich? You got a few more bites you want to get through, or?
I got a bowl. I'm just going to eat it gradually as we go.
Okay.
It gets colder and colder. So I let it kind of gel up a little bit.
All right, Brandon, before we get through this, tell the audience your relationship with the Texas Chainsaw franchise in a brief, like, kind of just preface. Like, give us an introduction. Give us what do you call the first page of the book that somebody else writes?
A forward, right?
Give us the forward. Give us the forward on
I'll
Texas
try to be
Chainsaw.
brief, but you guys know me, I ramble incessantly. So it's a franchise that is a part of my DNA, like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, all that stuff. Matter of fact, the first movie is so vividly burned in my mind to this day, still frightens me to my core, because when I was a kid, way too young to be watching the original film, years younger than my 6-year-old is now when I saw the original film, mind you, and seeing that opening crawl and hearing my mom talk about the film. As a kid, based on a true story, doesn't translate to these are recreated events you're seeing. So when I watched this movie, for some reason, I thought I was actually seeing the real footage of what actually happened to these kids, supposedly. So it totally.
You thought you were seeing
the real
voyeuristic
thing.
Footage.
I thought Leatherface was this was the real version.
He is real.
You know what I mean? It was a really messed up experience.
Brad, you know what's funny? I had a guy. I remember when I was working in South Texas doing oil field work when the bottom fell out in 2014, right? When all the oil and gas dropped. So I was never home and broke, but I was going out there to make some money. And I remember going somewhere outside of Midland, and I had a guy I was working with, and he knew I was a horror fan, and he was just trying to make conversation. And it was just like from Billy Madison when Chris Farley is talking to him on the bus. He goes, "Hey, man, this is kind of where that Texas Chainsaw Massacre you love. Shit, I heard like right down the roads where it kind of was based off of. It happened there." And I said, "No, it didn't." And he goes, "Oh shit, no, really? I heard it did." "No, I didn't." Like, sometimes I'm pretty chill and I don't like to be that guy. And sometimes I'll play along with it, but I was just so fed up. I was in a bad mood. I was like, "No, dude, it did not fucking happen. It's not based on a true story. Like, stop it. Who told you this?" Like, I was investigating. I was like, "Who fucking told you this?"
Yep. Yep.
Real quick, Brandon, I'll just say this: we have 200 plus people in here tonight. I see my buddy.
Nice.
Talks from the crypt out there. What's up, Brandon? That's another Brandon. He looks vastly different from you, though, Brandon. Like you,
all right.
Different looking Brandon. Brandon, people were commenting on your appearance tonight. They're saying you have some sort of an Amish look. Do we have any bread back there you could show us?
Not right now. I actually shaved the mustache and the under, whatever it's called, last night.
Dude, where'd the hair come from? You were bald last show.
I know, the hair grows too fast, dude. I got to shave it off again.
I like the hair look. I like that look right there. I like the beard and the short hair.
I can't finish filming Sunny if I have long hair, though. It doesn't make sense. So I got to shave it off again.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, Brandon, long story short, I didn't actually sit down and watch TCM until after Hurricane Katrina. And I saw the movie on MTV2 at night. Like when I watched it top to bottom, I loved it.
Nice.
And then
nice.
And then of course I saw the rest of them, but we're going to get to that, Brandon. I am so ready to do this. So Brandon, do you want to start dead last or do you want to go from number 1 and go down?
What do you want to do?
let's ask the audience, guys. Do you want Brandon to start at number 1 and go to whatever the last one, or do you guys want to start dead last and go down to number 1? Let's see what the audience thinks. I might go get me a Pepsi Zero, Brandon, while we wait for the audience. Matter of fact, Brandon, talk to the audience. I'm going to go get a Pepsi Zero. I'm going to go do that real quick.
All right.
Talk a little bit, Brandon. All right, Brandon, I hope he treated y'all like gold tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what did they say, Brandon? Did they say bottom to top or top to bottom?
Let's see. Worst to best, dead last, down to number 1. So I think they want to do what we did before, where we start with the worst one and go up to the first one.
Start in the middle.
That's the best.
All right, worst
option
to
right
best, worst to best. All right, Brandon. Ladies and gentlemen, 205 plus, Brandon, 205 plus. It is time for the 2025 Texas Chainsaw Massacre Ultimate Ranking by Brandon Tabata Films Incorporated. We are going. How many films is in this series, Brandon?
9.
How many? 9 films.
9 films.
Now we're gonna get started right now with the dead last film, and I've already got my finger ready to go on 2017 Leatherface. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, number 9 in Brandon's Texas Chainsaw Massacre ranking is
The Next Generation.
You stupid son of a bitch! You rat bastard!
Dude, I knew that was going to happen.
You motherfucker!
Oh, man.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
There's like a really gross piece of fat in this pulled pork, dude.
What the fuck? Holy shit! You're gonna tell me that Leatherface it's better than Next Gen?
It is.
I can't.
Leatherface,
wait to hear this.
dude. 2017, the Leatherface movie from 2017 is absolutely
It's a
better.
Piece
It
of
is-
shit.
It is a better movie in every way than
You're a
Next
rat.
Generation.
You're a goddamn
Now-
lie.
McConaughey aside, you can't
McConaughey
tell me.
aside,
You can't tell me.
McConaughey
Leatherface,
aside.
dude. Leatherface in Chainsaw: The Next Generation is the most abysmally annoying portrayal of Leatherface in the history of Leatherface films, dude. All he does is scream. He's not scary. R.I.P. Robert Jacks, but dude, the worst Leatherface. You
All right,
have
all
to
right,
agree.
All right. Let's start again. I get it. You want to try to stir shit up. Okay, number 9 is
The Next Generation.
you're a stupid fuck. You're a rat son of a bitch. He's right, Christian. What are you talking about? Dude, this movie, Brennan, this movie is Brennan. The problem is you will say that the problem is you will say Leprechaun 2 is an avant-garde masterpiece of 90s cinema.
No,
And
part
then
two,
you
no.
will say that the Next Generation is trash. Here's the thing. Okay, let me talk some sense into the audience real quick. Midnight in Space, don't get on my bad side tonight. Brandon, how important what's one of the most important things about a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film? Where does it need to be filmed?
Typically, it needs to be filmed in Texas,
Thank you.
Typically.
Thank you.
but there are
Okay.
exceptions.
Okay, excuse me.
But
Who
there are-
should be excuse me, who shouldn't be involved with the making of Texas Chainsaw films?
Toby Hooper up until part 2. After
Okay,
that,
thank you.
anybody else.
You're a goddamn lie. Brandon, if I said Brandon, Kim Hinkle, should he be involved in Texas Chainsaw films?
Not after part 4, no.
Okay. Was he in part 4? You said after part 4. He did part 4. This movie was a Texas production, a real Texas production. You had real Texas actors with Matthew McConaughey, who gives a crazy performance.
It did. Crazy annoying.
This movie is zany. This movie is dirty. This movie is grimy. So the problem is, it took you 40 years to love Jason Goes Straight to Hell.
25.
See, this movie came out a year later. Next year, you're going to say Texas Chainsaw Next Generation is an avant-garde masterpiece, but you still hate it right now. So we'll have to circle back next year when you talk about this film.
Right.
But you're going to sit here with your look me in my optic stems, and you're going to tell me that Leatherface from 2017, that bird shit movie, is better than Next Generation. You're a son of a bitch.
Absolutely, in every single way. Matter of fact, I commend the production of part 4 for being back in Texas roots. That's great. Fantastic. All the power to them. That doesn't make for a good movie, though. It doesn't. The cast is obnoxious. The family's obnoxious. The Illuminati story is ridiculous. Leatherface sucks. The house is kind of cool, but dude, everything, and there's literally,
you're telling me the guy.
Matthew McConaughey's crazy performance is just him screaming annoyingly the whole movie.
Oh,
and then you have Leatherface.
I can't wait for you to tell me how great the performances are in Leatherface 2017.
Then you got.
I hope you shed a tear.
Then you got Leatherface screaming the whole time in this movie, and he just sucks.
Dude, that's what Leatherface is. He's not supposed to be a slasher. Where are you from?
He's not. Him screaming in this is him unlike screaming in part 1 or 2 or any other movie for that matter.
Dude, you're on methane. Thank you, Michael Piatowski, with $5. Last episode, I agree with Brandon. Friday the 13th remake is garbage. It dropped 80% in its second weekend. Well, you know something, Michael? You're lucky you gave me money. God bless you, Michael. Thank you, my brother. Let me give you a credit. I'm a nice guy. Look,
the chat knows what's up, Christian. They are against you.
George P. Wilbur is well, actually, no, Dick Warlock's my favorite Myers, but it's Sweet George Wilbur, Jizz P. what I say.
Here's the best part of the Next Generation is this. The part where McConaughey gets hit by a plane is sweet. That's the best part.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, box office has nothing to do with quality. Thank you. And if you dare mention box office tonight, Brandon, you're finished. I agree with Christian. TCM Next Gen is not the worst. I have to agree with. Excuse me. I have to. Excuse me. I have to agree with CHH. Leatherface is way worse than Next Generation. What's with the Amish beard?
You found the 2 comments.
What are you talking about? There's a ton of comments in my favor. Yeah, how dare you have an opinion, Brandon? Spot on. See, but here's the thing. Don't worry. Don't give Justin a compliment. You know he's gonna have some pessimistic shit to what you have to say, Brandon. You'll hate him in 20 seconds. You'll hate him. Thank you, Matt. Just I forgot the 2017 one even existed. Next Generation is better than most of the movies that came after it. Well,
no,
that's bold. I don't know if I agree with that. Brandon's preaching the truth. I don't know, Brandon. We'll see what happens. All right, dude. So number 9 is Texas Chainsaw Next Generation. Somehow,
rightfully
this movie is your personality. That's what makes no sense. It's like you're abandoning yourself. You're gonna tell me right now. You're gonna tell me right now that if I said, Brandon, let's watch Leatherface or Next Generation, you're gonna sit here.
Yes.
With
absolutely.
that look you have and tell me you'd rather watch Leatherface.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dude. You know what? I hope you enjoy your DirecTV Leatherface film. It's a piece of shit. Guys, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you agree with Brandon's number 9. Give me a thumbs down if you disagree. And then we're going to move on to number 8. Brandon, it's a standing room only tonight. 226 people here. You better pray. You better pray that you don't screw up tonight. Thumbs up in the chat if you agree. Thumbs down if you disagree. Richard, let me tell you something, dude. You want to hear me talk about Leatherface? I'll tell you everything that's wrong with Leatherface. Thumbs down. Brandon, it's split down the middle right now. Thumbs down. Oh, Brandon, that's a lot of thumbs down.
There's a lot of thumbs
this.
up.
I like this. Thumbs down. I don't use emojis. Both thumbs are up my ass. Oh shit, Brandon! It's all right, we're gonna call it split down the middle.
Look, Connor has it right. Post a poll.
Well, we'll do a poll. We'll do a poll afterwards. All right, Brandon. Number 8.
Number 8.
Hold on. Let me get to my chart here. I got to do this. It's a professional show. Number 8. I'll say it for you. Number 8 is
2017's Leatherface.
Yeah, yeah. Right, let's get this out of here. This piece of shit.
Dude, JJ Wild says, "How did the thumb in the ass guy type?" He used his tongue or something on the keyboard.
He did voice to text.
Exactly. That's awesome.
All right, Brandon, tell me what's better about this film. Like, I'm going to say that you actually give this film probably like an 8 out of 10 somehow, which is probably insane.
What did I give this film? I think I gave it a 6.5 out of 10 on the review I gave it a couple years ago, which is worth the watch. I think that's what I gave it. I would say, obviously, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen this movie. It's from 2017, so give me a break. But besides the stupid fake out twist, which was stupid and is still stupid with the big guy not actually being Leatherface, that's still dumb as hell. But like the story is really good. The family is really good. I buy that as being young Chop Top. I buy that as being the young cook, Drayton Sawyer. And the mom is a really cool character. The sheriff is a really good character. Really good twists and turns. The stuff at the mental institution is really cool. The stuff in the diner is awesome, where they're blowing people's heads off. The scene at the trailer where they find the dead guy, the shootout there, the chase through the woods, the chase on the street. Like, it's a really good fucking movie, dude.
Brandon,
now you could say it's not it's a good movie, but it's not a good Leatherface movie. That might be true because it's not supposed to be necessarily a Texas Chainsaw movie. It's supposed to be the Leatherface origin story. So to me, that doesn't necessarily have to be. It lines up perfectly with him becoming Leatherface, like in the first act. I like where they try to like give it a lot of mythos and stuff. Does it land? Not necessarily. Like I said, I don't like the twist. I don't buy that the guy who becomes Leatherface in this movie is the Leatherface we know and love. I don't buy that. But the movie is really good. It's enthralling. It sucks you in. It keeps you entertained. It's not annoying. The acting is way better than Next Generation, easily. The characters are more memorable, and I have to fucking say it. Everybody's going to make fun of me for this, but I have to say it. The original score is good. The cinematography is good, and the fucking color grading is really fucking good in this movie.
You gotta be kidding me.
That's where I am. I think I've said everything I needed to say to defend it, and I think the chat will agree with me so far.
All right, let me be respectful, Mr. Deadlights. Thank you so much for the $5, Mr. Deadlights. He says, "I'm butt naked eating Taco Bell and watching Planet Dirty on my roof. My neighbors threatened to join me." I thought he was going to say threaten to call the cops. Threatened to join me. Dude, bring them. Tell them to drop a like on the show, too. Brandon, so can I tell you what's wrong with you?
No.
You just kind of, you're messy. You just say a bunch of shit that... Here's the problem. Let me ask you something, Brandon. Let me ask you something. I remember you saying, Christian, here's the problem with Halloween Ends. That is not a Halloween film. I'd say, what are you talking about, Brandon? What do you mean? He goes, it doesn't feel like a Halloween film. There's nothing about that movie felt like Halloween. Did you say that? Just yes or no? Just yes or no?
No.
So you're lying now.
Because in the context, I was talking about the season Halloween.
I just want a yes or a no.
Yes. But with a caveat.
Okay, Brandon, I'm going to be you for a second.
Mm-hmm.
This does not feel like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film in the slightest.
That's okay.
It's not okay. When you go to crack open that Mr. Pibb at 4 a.m. in the morning to start your morning,
mm-hmm.
and you take a sip of that Mr. Pibb, what do you do if they change the recipe? You shove it up your ass. No, I'm serious. I don't care. The chat is going to disagree with me on this probably. If you make a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film and it doesn't feel like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, all due respect, fuck you. Dude,
but it's not a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film.
This film is barely above Hellraiser Revelations. It
Oh,
was
give me a
simply
break.
done. It
Give
was
me a
simply
break.
done. Dude, no. As a matter of fact, I think I like Hellraiser Revelations more than Leatherface.
No, you don't.
Dude, I swear to God.
There's no way.
I love Fat Pinhead.
No,
Fat
you don't.
Pinhead. Fat Pinhead. Yeah, thank you, Ecto Violence. Look at this. Here, see, Night 90 is going to get on my bad side tonight. I might have to ban him. I might
He
have
knows
to
what
ban
he
him.
knows what's up.
What do you mean it doesn't feel like because it's a prequel? Okay. Thank you. We got PP Dangler in the chat. Thank you for the $2 super chat. We got turds out of the way. Good night. We got turds. We got the turds out of the way. It's going to get interesting. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. All right, Brandon, no. This film doesn't feel like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It feels like Brandon, DirecTV produced this movie. When I have the Blu-ray and I put it on, guess what comes up first? Do you think you get the Dark Sky logo? Do you think you get the MGM logo? No, DirecTV's logo pops up.
Yeah. I remember renting it from DirecTV On Demand when it came out.
Brandon, this movie
Good
is
stuff.
trash. This movie is trash.
Pretty good.
It feels like a great value Devil's Rejects.
You know what also is really good about it, besides the failed plot twist about 2017? It really feels like they were really trying to keep in line with the mythos they were building from 3D, which
Brandon,
was a fucking phenomenal prequel. Or legacy sequel, I should say.
You have lost your mind. Dude, let me tell you something. Next Generation is, I guarantee the audience right now, Next Generation will be better, will be a better film than what he picks next. Actually, no, you know what? It probably won't. But guys, thumbs up in the chat if you agree with the placement of this one, or thumbs down. I'm going to give him a thumbs up because we needed to get this thing out the way. If Brandon would have had this anywhere higher, I would have been livid. I mean, I really would have been pissed. So let's get those thumbs up in the chat or thumbs down. Let's see where we're standing on that. And then I'm going to take a guess on what Brandon's next pick is going to be. And if it's if I'm right, I'll take a sip of this Coke Zero. If I'm wrong,
look at all those thumbs up right there.
Yeah, they Brandon, you get what I'm saying? They're saying, let's get this piece of shit out of here. It should have been last. It should have been 9. As a matter of fact, we should have not even counted it. Some people say, why are you counting it? It's not a Texas Chainsaw film.
Oh, they love Leatherface 2017. You know it. I know it.
Brandon, I worry sometimes. I really do.
Me too. All this pulled pork is not exactly
my,
healthy.
my other buddy Brandon says thumbs down only because it should have been 9. I'm glad. Sometimes I wonder if the other Brandon has a crazy movie taste. All right. Some people think it's better, Brandon, or maybe they're thumbs down at it because they want it to be after this. All right, guys, that was number 8. We are now at number 7 for Brandon's ranking of the Texas Chainsaw films. Brandon, do you have a pick for number 7? That's all.
I have a whole list in front of me. It hasn't changed in years.
How sure are you of this list?
100% sure.
How sure are you of this number 7? Is it a close call or is it an easy number 7?
It's an easy number 7. It's not a close call at all. It might be a close call compared to 2017's Leatherface, but it's not a close call with number 6, if that makes any sense.
Okay, so we are 9, 8. We are at number 7.
Number 7. We're getting through it. Number 7 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022.
Wow, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, one of the more underrated entries, in my opinion. A very entertaining film, unlike Leatherface 2017.
Had to go there.
Now, so see, Brandon, you had a stick way up your ass about this movie when it first came out.
Oh yeah, I hated it when it first came out.
See, what's your problem? What's your problem?
I watched it a couple more times and it kind of grows on you. It's one of those. It's weird. It's like one of those. It's just one of those movies that was easy to stream and just really accessible. So I kept wanting to watch it, and it's grown on me. Like I don't love it, but I like it now. I think
Brandon, this movie is so entertaining. Unlike
it's entertaining, and I'm glad. See all the stuff from the trailer where they make you think it's going to be just a bunch of bullshit, modern bullshit crap. The whole movie makes fun of everything, which is hysterical. And I think a lot of the people who thought the trailer was legit, who are rooting for the stuff in the trailer, don't see the joke. If I'm making any sense here.
Well, there's a little bit of mystery about this film. People don't know if it was intentionally supposed to be making, because it was clearly jabbing both political sides of the aisle, which I'm totally fine with. If you're even about stuff like that and you kind of exaggerate things on the left and the right, have at it. They were making fun of not millennials. What's the younger crowd? Brandon,
Gen Z,
Gen
Y.
Z, Gen whatever, yeah, Gen Z with the cell phones on the bus. And, you know, instead of like getting the hell out or fighting back, they're all filming them like we're going to cancel. Like, so some people think they tried to film something serious and then they had to re-edit the film to make it funny. Some people think they started making fun of everybody in the beginning. I think they probably knew what they were doing from the start, but they mixed it. The reason there's a little bit of mystery is there's elements about this film that was taken fairly seriously. Like Leatherface, I get a little bit of shit. Some people say I'm a hypocrite for liking Leatherface in this film because he is a slasher type. But my thing is, I think the original Leatherface would, Brandon, if the cook got killed in part one, like let's say the cook gets killed in the beginning of part one and Leatherface sees it happen, I think he would go after somebody and get revenge. I think that is in line with Gunner's Leatherface. That's just
It is because he cares about family. Yeah, I think this movie is definitely making fun of everybody. It's like a Mel Brooks film. I don't think the film sees itself as a joke, but I think it's just the thing where it jokes on everybody. And I don't like the town setting still. I think it's really phony in the story, but the story's okay.
Whoa! It was filmed in the same place as your beloved Leatherface, though.
It was, but the town itself, the town that they go to, that they try to buy, it
looked like a Back to the Future set, like a Wild West.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're on a set and not on an actual town.
Brandon, does this not feel like a straight to video movie to you, like a straight to DVD movie?
No,
really.
No,
you don't get that at all. This movie feels so straight to video to me.
It feels theatrical to me. It actually feels more theatrical than Leatherface. Yeah, it does.
What?
I just don't like the town setting. That's what's so distracting about it, is that it feels theatrical more so than 2017's Leatherface, but the town itself feels way too fake in the movie. Don't like it. I'm not a fan of the characters. Leatherface, the actor who played Leatherface, did a good job. I'm not a fan of the mic.
He did a journeyman's job. Let's be fair.
The microwaved baby mask look, I wasn't a fan of. I think it should have been stitched up and stuff, but I get it for the sake of the story. He just cut it off. It's fresh, whatever. The Sally Hardesty thing, I think, was really stupid. I get the joke about the Jamie Lee Curtis stuff, but
hold on, that's a question I have for you and the audience. I think they were legitimately poking fun at Halloween 2018 in this film.
They had to have been. Yeah, I think it's barely above Leatherface 2017. But yeah, it's above Leatherface 2017. If you asked me that like 3 or 4 years ago when this movie first came out, I think it would have been lower, but it's now above 2017 and part 4.
This movie is miles ahead of Leatherface 2017. You know why? It's actually enjoyable to watch.
I would say it's like a block or two above it. You know, like you take a stop sign, take a right. It's like right there.
First of all,
you can see it from Leatherface 2017.
Brandon, how could you not love the ending of this movie where the girl's head gets chopped off and he holds it in the air like this? And he's got her head up. Like, what an ending.
Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty good.
Dude, why are you just up my ass tonight? Like, you can't give me anything.
The ending where he's walking to the old house is pretty cool. I like that shot. But again, the problem I had with 2017's film and this film is I don't like seeing the mountains because you can just tell it's not like Texas mountains. It's totally, where do they film at? Bulgaria? I think it was Bulgaria.
Yeah, they were Bulgaria.
So it looks like Europe. It doesn't look like Texas.
The only reason I would disagree with this from my other friend Brandon is, to me, it was so legitimately like Halloween 2018, like to a T. They even poked fun at the fact that, no, I can't. Had Halloween Kills come out yet when this movie came out? Because it was like Leatherface.
This came out the year that Halloween Ends came out.
Oh, Halloween Ends. Perfect. So this is what I'm getting at. So good. This is why I would disagree with that, because of the fact that Leatherface had no clue who Sally was and beat the piss out of her and killed her. because of that, where it was literally like Halloween Kills, where they're like, Michael doesn't know who you are. What are you talking about? Yeah, like to me, it was so on the nose. The way I took it, I saw it as purely making fun of Halloween. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If you took away the I don't know who you are thing, I'd be more inclined to go that way. But to me, it seemed like it was so on the nose, poking fun at Halloween. Which, Brandon, I would love for the director to come out and talk about that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. I really want to see what the original version of this movie was before the two directors got scrapped.
You're never gonna see it. Oh,
I heard that they shot the whole damn thing. They shot like the whole movie. Apparently,
wasn't Fede Alvarez the director, or he produced it?
I think he produced it, but I'm talking about the two guys that directed this film first, and they shot like 90% of the movie, and they scrapped the whole fucking thing and reshot.
See, I gotta agree with Keith on this, Brandon. This movie literally feels like you should have rented it from your Hollywood video and brought it home that night.
I don't think so. Besides the fake ass town set, the movie looks and feels expensive, especially the shot where they're driving into town and the scene where they're in the sunflower field. That shit looks really expensive to me.
Maybe look, I can't disagree with the way you perceive the film, but to me, it screams DVD horror. Because of the other things, because of the set, because of this town is one little block. I love that about it, but Brandon, we'll move on. Chat, do you agree with this? Overall, do you guys agree with Brandon's ranking so far? Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. Let me know how you guys feel, and then we're gonna move on. The other Brandon agrees with you. I said cinematography was top tier for sure. Two Brandons think alike, maybe. Well, we'll see. There will be some disagreements. Fede Alvarez has completely lost his touch. I hated Romulus. Did you hate Romulus, or did you watch it?
I watched 5 minutes, got bored, turned it off. Haven't seen it yet, which pains me because the Alien franchise is one of my favorites, but I can't. I've seen some of the scenes, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking dog shit.
You lose all credibility.
CGI android looks so fucking bad. That does not belong. This ain't fucking Star Wars.
Brandon, hold on. See, you're talking out of your butt right now. You don't know what's going on. Let me tell you something. Number one, watching something for 5 minutes and shutting it off, you're killing me.
It might have been like 8 minutes.
And number two, you're gonna pretend like this doesn't matter. But I know the real Brandon would be like, "Oh, that's cool." Fede Alvarez said the studio wouldn't allow me the time to do the android properly, and that's why it looks bad. But on the home video release, they allowed me the time to fix it. See, you're going to be a contrarian, but I know that you honestly respect that. But you're not going to say that.
I saw the fixed version. Still looks really bad. Does not belong. There's no need for it. There's no need for that at all. We did not need that lineage to Alien 1 in that movie.
Listen, dude, Alien Romulus is way better than Covenant.
Well, that's not saying much.
It is saying something because after Covenant, dude, that was the biggest nosedive I've ever seen.
I mean, Prometheus was way worse, though. You got to give it credit for that. At least Covenant had neomorphs, which were actually frightening.
Dude, Prometheus was a masterpiece of modern cinema.
You can't even say that with a straight face. Look at him smiling.
Dude, listen, you're not a film buff like me. What do you know? All right, guys. So how are we feeling about Brandon's list? We got thumbs up, thumbs down. I think it's in the middle, Brandon. People they need to see where we're going next. Thank you, Ecto Violence. Prometheus is gold. Prometheus is amazing. Romulus was too much of a greatest hits. Exactly what I was afraid of with Disney helming it. It's so safe and boring. Nothing I have seen before. Really? I thought that alien thing at the end was just fantastic. I know we've kind of seen that before, but still.
Saturn, Aaron Click, Richard Staines, they all know what I'm talking about.
Saturn. Listen, Nick told me that y'all were talking shit about my Star Wars ranking, so you're on my bad side too. He tells me he can't help himself. He tells me when you talk shit about me. Alien Resurrection is a GOAT. I agree with that. I really dug Romulus. I thought Covenant was fine, and same with Prometheus. I'll accept that. All right, Brandon, that was number 7.
Yep.
Texas Chainsaw 2022. We are now at number 6.
We are. We're getting down to the wire.
We are getting down to the wire. I really don't know where you're going with this. For some reason, I think part 3 is going to stand the test of time. So, with that being said, the number 6 movie in your Texas Chainsaw Massacre film is
Texas Chainsaw, aka Texas Chainsaw 3D.
okay.
What a great fucking movie, dude. So this is an example of how you do an actual legacy sequel right. Now, I understand that there is a discrepancy with the timeline thing, which really to this day bothers the shit out of me because it's supposed to be like 20 years later and the timeline just doesn't match up with 74 or 73, and they have smartphones, modern hip hop, all this modern stuff that does not align with the timeline. Now, if you can just look past that, and I can't believe I can, but if you can just look past that, the movie is incredibly fun. I think it's got some genuinely scary parts. The guy who plays Leatherface, Dan Yeager, did a badass job of channeling Gunnar Hansen, in my opinion. I think he did better than the guy from Texas Chainsaw 2022. I liked the cast. I liked the story of her inheriting her aunt's house, which happens to be sort of a breakaway faction of the Sawyer family. The opening scene is fantastic with the house burning down, and it's just fantastic in every way. I saw this 2 or 3 times in theaters. Didn't like it the first time that much. It really grew on me, and now I just really appreciate it for the legacy sequel aspect that it is. There's some problems that, again, the timeline thing Adam Marcus already explained was not really his fault. It's something that the studio kind of just said, hey, we got to make this modern no matter what. Beyond that, dude, the legacy sequel, I think, here is fantastic. A much better legacy sequel than the 2022 film. And yeah, what's not to love about this movie? Now, you've got to be with me on this one. You've got to.
Listen, I'm fine with everything you said. The chat is annoying me. Let me give it to the chat. Let's see. Let's see. This movie is straight dog shit. If you look past the fact that the movie is bad, it's good. TCM is a guilty pleasure. TCM, hold on, never mind. 3D was terrible. This movie was dog shite. Listen, I'm just going to say it. I feel like everybody wants to be PC today. Everybody wants to be classy. But I knew I could rely on Horror Orman. Boobs and butts, Brandon. Babes. Good-looking broads up and down this movie. They knew what they were giving us. This is a junk food Texas Chainsaw film. But it's a damn entertaining one. And what's the point of cinema, Brandon? To be what?
Well, again, this is one of those movies that came out at a time where it was, I don't want to say fad, but maybe trendy to dislike it.
Dude.
So I think a lot of these people who say it's dog shit, it's really bad, I think a lot of these people probably haven't seen it and or haven't seen it since 2013. That's what I think.
Dude.
Because you cannot tell me, you can't look me in the eye and say, hey, this is not better than 22. Like, give me a break.
Bro, who's that Spanish girl in this film? I guess she's Spanish.
I have no idea. I don't know the names of anybody in this film, really.
Let me make sure my door's shut. Brother, I would risk it all for a night. Are you kidding me? When she goes, oh my God, there's something under that bucket, and he opens it up. Dude, when the camera cuts back to me, my pants are down, brother. With the cowboy hat on. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. And Alexandria Daddario, dude, anything she's in is an automatic 3.5 stars.
Well, you keep saying
name in it.
Yeah, but you keep saying it's just entertaining. You can't tell me the story itself isn't good.
Well,
with the Hartmans, the bad sheriff, the corrupt town, like that's good shit, dude.
Okay, all bullshit aside, you want me to be honest now, like dead ass? I'd be embarrassed to kind of show this movie to normal people, but I fucking love it. It's so entertaining. Like, did they try on the script? Absolutely. Anybody with half a brain can't think that somebody that wrote the script is stupid enough to say, oh shit, shouldn't she be like 40 here instead of like late 20s or 30s? Because like, and the Anybody can do that sort of math. Of course, it was the studios saying, fuck it, let's just put phones in here. Did they need the cell phones? No, they could have worked around the few things that they did. Be a radio call with the mayor of the town,
Yeah.
and whenever he sees something crazy and he freaks out, he drops the radio, and the camera sees. I mean, the audience sees what the guy's seeing when he's FaceTiming, but the mayor is like, I wonder what the hell has happened over there. Let's go over there.
Perfect.
You of course could have reworked that stuff.
Perfect.
But this
set it in the 90s, have grunge music instead of rap music. There you
and
go.
here's another thing. This movie feels like a straight to video movie as well. Not a theatrical film to me. Even with the 3D elements, dude, this film is junk food trash. I fucking love it. And it has one of the best jump scares in the entire franchise. And that's when the potbelly nerd music guy who didn't stand a chance with
feel so bad for that dude. Like, that guy deserved it the least, dude.
When he goes down there and he all of a sudden he flies out, dude, that shit got me in the theater. Like, I was like, oh shit, you know, I was backing up because I had the glasses on too. You gotta remember I had the glasses on. And dude, when you see that shot of that girl go, like they replicate the shot from the original, and I had them glasses on, my brother, I was just, you know, I had my eyes fixed on that screen. I love this film, but I would be embarrassed to show it to normal people. Damn. Come on, Brandon, do you want to invite your family and friends over to watch this? Like, no, I love this film, but dude, it is so bad. It's good, kind of, but
it was a good time in theaters too.
There are things about the story I do like. It tries, but it doesn't try too hard. I don't think. Do I love the film with the ladies? Both, dude. The ladies are in the film. Therefore, I like the film. You know, here. All right, let me give another example because I don't want to just sound like a dude that just loves good-looking babes. Let me tell you what I also love about this movie, Brandon. When the mayor finds Alexandra Daddario, she's going to get some charcoal for the barbecue they're having that night. The mayor goes up to her and says, "You the woman that got that Sawyer house down the road?" And I just love it. Brandon, I'm gonna start working this into conversations with people. He goes, I'll tell you what, that big house, I'll take it off your hands scot-free. Like, what? You're offering is like, what? And she's like, no. Like, what the fuck is that? Just, Brandon, walk up to somebody when you go and get your paper in the morning, hopefully with your in your robe and your slippers. When you see your neighbors across the street and say, man, I bet that lawn's a pain in the ass to cut. Tell you what, your whole house, I'll take it off your hands scot-free. See what they say. I mean, maybe you'll get lucky, you know. But dude, the son is so douchey where he walks up with his hands on his hip. He goes, that stuff ain't gonna work. Yeah, if you want to do some hellfire, that stuff right there. It's like, dude, just say, ma'am, honey, like, if you want that stuff doesn't work very well, you want to get them coals going, that stuff right there is so great. I would not want to see a woman like you waste your time. That's the stuff right there. I get it for you. If he was trying to get laid, dude, he was the son in that scene was more douchey than anybody else. Now, why the hell did they pick up that jackass in the beginning that was hitchhiking, that stole he was trying to steal the silverware and stuff?
Yeah.
Dude, what the hell was that all about?
They would not have picked that dude up in modern times.
Brandon, in 2013, who's picking up a hitchhiker?
Yeah, exactly.
2013. My God. Anyway. What is, do y'all want me to take the hat off? I try to do something nice for y'all, and everybody gives me shit. This is a normal sized hat. Brandon, is something wrong with my hat?
It's a pretty big hat, but it looks cool. Like, if I wore that hat when I was doing yard work, I would never get a sunburn in my neck. You know, I just wouldn't. So,
anyway, Brandon. So that was your number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready to give me a cow? Give me some cows in the chat if y'all ready to move on to number 5. That was Clint Eastwood's son.
Yep.
That ain't good. Oh, man. Keep the hat on, take the rest off. The hat is a beautiful man. The hat is, thank you. Thank you. All right, Brandon, we're getting cows in the chat. Are y'all ready for Brandon, what is this?
Number 5.
Number 5?
Yep.
All right, Brandon.
I think
one of my favorites have not been said yet. If you say it soon, I'm going to get fucking pissed. So we just said Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Yep. Okay, so we're on number 5 then.
Number
Number
five.
5 for me, and this is just by a hair. Matter of fact, it used to go back and forth, but I finally came to a solid decision a couple of years back about why I liked one over the other. But this is literally like a hair of difference.
Okay, what's number 5?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning
What?
is number
The beginning
5.
5? What?
And I love all these movies.
What?
I love all the movies in this list except for, well,
What?
I dislike Next Generation, and I don't love 2022, but I love all the rest.
You just took the third best Texas Chainsaw film and you just trashed it at number 5.
But part 5 is good.
Dude, you got to be fucking. You better have a great answer
What's the question?
for why this is not higher. Dude, you are a rat mother.
Fantastic film.
This is one of the best.
prequel. Great cinematography, great color, great direction, great. The score is fantastic. I loved all the actors. I loved all the characters. The setting of the town, this version of the family of the stories
Bullshit.
is excellent.
This is fucking bullshit. This
My
movie.
biggest caveat with this movie, I think, is the fact that it's just slightly not as good as the 2003 remake,
Dude,
but
it's
just barely.
God damn it.
And I do think, as far as a prequel goes, it's way better of a prequel than 2017, obviously, even though it's not in the original timeline's lineage. But I think there's I think they kind of excessively explain some of the plot beats in this film, like him just sort of picking up the chainsaw casually from the slaughterhouse. I wasn't a big fan of. I wish there had been some kind of organic kill.
Dude, how about
where he takes the chainsaw. My other thing is, I don't think we needed to see Monty lose his legs in that way. We didn't need to see Sheriff Hoyt lose his teeth.
This is a top 3 film.
We didn't need to see every one of those things from the 2003 remake explained in this film, because basically all those things, which could have happened over a long period of time, all happened within like the day that this movie takes place, a couple of years before the remake does. You know what I mean? So I think that's about it. Like Monty losing his legs, Hoyt losing his teeth, all that stuff didn't have to happen all in the same. Like,
Dude, you're a fucker.
I think you guys got to hear me out with that one.
This movie is better than 2003, and it's not close. Everybody that says 2003 is a masterpiece, you're stupid.
But it's safe to say that The Beginning and 2003 are both masterpieces, because they are.
No, it's not a masterpiece. It's overrated as fuck.
Matter of fact, I graded both these films as masterpieces when I reviewed them a couple of years ago. They're both 10 out of 10s for me. Not Crystal Skulls, but 10 out of 10 masterpieces. You know what I mean?
Dude, The Beginning should have been what the 03 movie was.
The Beginning is really good.
The Beginning should have been what 03 was. 03 shits in the face of the original. And guess what? Andrew Briniarski, you can go fuck yourself. You disrespect Gunnar Hansen. You disrespecting me.
I think he's in the chat.
You know what?
I think he's in the chat.
You know what? I don't give a goddamn if he's in this chat or not. Andrew Briniarski, you're a disrespectful bastard. You want to disrespect the legend in this industry, in this business? You can go fuck yourself. And you, Brandon, support him.
Yeah. You know who he looks like, though, right? He looks like the guy from Revenge of the Nerds. The guy who goes, "Nerds!" That guy. So, I swear to God, they were the same guy at one point.
As far as I'm concerned, they should not have fired the gentleman that was playing Leatherface in 03. He got a heat incident. They kicked him off because they had to freaking fly through the film. They brought in Briniarski. He disrespects the fans. He disrespects Gunnar Hansen. I got no respect for him.
Yeah,
and the bottom
Justin
line
Smith's
is
correct. I think he got arrested for abusing dogs or something recently.
Yeah, so guess what, Brandon? You're a son of a bitch, is what you are. Because the fact of the matter is,
he's smiling up there, folks. We just can't see his
the fact
face.
of the matter is, TCM the beginning gets it right. TCM the beginning respects the character of Leatherface as in a much better way, because part 3 is a slasher film. And if you like that, you're not a fan of TCM. Because that's what they did. You're going to sit here and tell me that Briniarski is as good as Gunnar Hansen? You're going to sit here, excuse me, you're going to sit here and disrespect the gentleman that played part 2, who just passed away, gave his life for this series?
Wait, who said he was better than Gunnar Hansen?
You did.
When did I say that?
Because you're running your mouth about how great this film is.
It's so good.
And the fact of the matter is, you know what? I'm sick of this bullshit. I'm sick of everybody saying 2003 is so goddamn great.
Oh, it's so good.
It's not a good movie. And I'm going to say it, Brandon. I'm going to say it. Friday the 13th, 09 is and always will be a better remake than this goddamn 03. I'm sick of this shit. You understand me? I'm sick of it. So you can have your remake in part at number 2, because I'm sure you got this stupid remake way higher up. Yeah, I'm over it, dude. But
and also, I think the ending of the beginning is so abrupt, the way it just ends. Like, you have to have everybody die. You have to, because it's before the prequel or before the 2003 remake. So if Leatherface is at large and nobody knows about him in the remake, you can't have the people get away. So you're in the theater, you expect everybody to die, but it still felt a little bit too abrupt. But I'll tell you this though, the shot at the end where Leatherface walks into the blackness, and it's like a really abrupt black line of shadow that he walks into with the closing narration is so fucking sweet. And Bernarski, bad guy, but you have to admit his Leatherface was fucking killer. And the gait he had when he walks as Leatherface is so good.
No, dude. The thing about Leatherface is a psychological character.
But that's the original version, though. The brute Leatherface in this movie was different. He was different. Just like the Rob Zombie Myers is different in the Rob Zombie Myers movies. It's different. You can't tell me I'm wrong about that. 2 different versions.
It's not really different, though, because it's not. You're comparing apples and pomegranates. You're comparing apples and pomegranates.
Oh man,
I'm just saying, dude. I'm gonna start defending.
I think CHH is crashing out hardcore now.
Dude, I'm just sick. I am so sick of the beginning getting trashed.
Who trashed the beginning?
You did, because honestly, number 5 is ridiculous. This is a top 3 Texas Chainsaw film. It always has been, and it always will be. Go on. What the hell is number 4? Let's just go ahead and say anything but 03, because I know that's going to be number 2. What's number 4?
Number 4 and again, just by a hair, slightly better than the prequel, is 2003's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Nah, I know you're doing that for me to make me feel better, but
that's I'm on this right here. I can share my list right here. Matter of fact, those who saw my Leatherface ranking a couple weeks ago before I made it private, because I didn't want to ruin the show, it's the same order there. And when I make those videos public again tomorrow, you guys can look at the upload dates and see that I did not change the list at all. There we go. Can you guys hear me? I think my mic might have cut out.
No, you're good. We can hear you. I'm just
2003. 2003 is, I think, the primo example of how to do a good remake and do a good remake right. It doesn't tread on the original. It sort of carves its own path. It hits similar plot beats. The story is a little bit different. The characters are a little bit different. The setting's a tiny bit different. I think it's the perfect example of a fantastic remake. And obviously it did start the remake boom that we sort of just got out of a couple of years ago, really. I think it's better than the Halloween remake, better than the Elm Street remake, better than the Friday the 13th remake. I think it's probably the best remake. I think it's up there, honestly, dude, with the Dawn of the Dead 04 remake or 03, whatever the year that I think it was 03. Or was it 04? I always get it confused. But fucking primo. Bernowski's Leatherface in this movie is frightening. That scene where he first shows up and hits Kemper with the hammer is incredibly striking. I'm going to say striking. The audience gasped, dude. I was going to say frightening and striking, like it's a striking imagery. The audience gasped in theaters when I saw that shit. It was out of nowhere. When that TV was playing those cartoons, right? And like it was just silence. And Leatherface comes out. Because I was thinking in the theater, like, how the fuck are they going to top the shock value of the Kirk kill from the original? So when Kemper is in front of that TV with the cartoons and it gets sort of quiet and Leatherface comes around that corner with no sound until he hits the dude, I'm like, that is such a fucking abruptly frightening thing. I actually replicated that sort of aspect in Loon 1, my first clown film, with that sort of like it gets quiet before the kill thing, the abruptness of it. Anyways, he drags him into the door and he slams that big metal door, and the way Bernowski slams it, like it's heavy. I'm not even sure if that's Bernowski in that scene. I think it's somebody else in that scene, actually. But the way that door slams, like it's way too heavy, I think is a great contrast from the door that Gunnar Hansen slams in the first film, where it's easy for him. Like he's this big, strong menace and the door just closes. Like the way this is a rusty, heavy metal door, I think is so fucking good. The cast is good. The story's good. The score is fucking great. The soundtrack kicks fucking ass. The only thing I fucking hate about this movie, the bookends are fantastic with the real police footage and them investigating the house, but the fact that Leatherface gets his arm cut off is still to this day the stupidest fucking decision you could have made. Because like Platinum Dunes, like you could have had a whole franchise continue from this one movie forward instead of as a prequel. And the fact that you cut his arm off, you just totally threw that shit out the window. Now, could you do it? Yeah, but nobody's going to buy a live screen Leatherface with one arm with a chainsaw. They did it in a comic book where he has like a hook for a hand, but no. Like that's the only problem I have with it is the arm thing. My rambling's done. Nothing more to say.
You know what? I'm going to save my thoughts when I do my ranking. I'm going to do a fast ranking after this, guys. But Brandon, I think more people are shocked that no, you have not said Texas Chainsaw 3 yet. That seems to be a sticking point with the audience right now.
Also, you guys can, and Kristen, you'll have to agree with this. The house in this movie, not for fans like us of the original film, but I think for the franchise as a whole, people associate the house from the remake and the prequel with the franchise more than they do any other location from any other movie, including the original, unfortunately. Like that house has become like the iconography of the series, for better or for worse. That big stilted plantation style house with the big pillars out front, it's become the fucking like icon of the series.
What do you like about the house? What do you like about it?
It's big, it's scary. I think it's I think the original house from the original film is scarier because it's like a small farmhouse, but the house in this movie is it feels like a monster in itself. Like it's devouring you.
Do you feel like it's gross and nasty and uncomfortable?
It's gross. It's nasty. Yeah. The kitchen, it seems like it's hot. It seems like it's humid. I feel like you can smell the mildew and the mold.
That's so interesting because I thought Next Generation did that even better than this film.
I feel like the Next Generation house probably smells like cinnamon or something.
Brandon,
you know what I mean?
You have got to stop with
like
this
cinnamon.
bullshit.
Like cinnamon or something.
We got a $50 super chat, Brandon. Let me get this really quick from Fortnite Spec. Thank you so much. 74 original, Texas 06, and 2003 are the best. Anyone who says differently hasn't seen them all. 2022 was a huge letdown. Well, Fortnite Spec, thank you for supporting the channel and giving us your thoughts on that, man. We appreciate that. Let me give you a good clip. He deserves this one real quick, Brand. Then we'll continue the show. He deserves this one.
It's always been Creepshow 2. One that we have is great value. So Creepshow 2 also to me just feels like that perfect 80s time capsule. You know what I mean? Like with the Firebird and the second sequence and all that stuff. The one that we have is great value, so it's a Walmart brand. It'll flip your lunch tray.
All right, Brandon. What is number 3?
Number 3 is Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3.
Really? Now, Brandon, a lot of people have said in the chat, this is not a top 3 film. So you have a lot of explaining to do.
I think
this film has a lot of problems.
It's got problems. I don't think a lot of those problems ended up on screen. I think all the problems that we know. Can you still hear me pretty good? My mic keeps cutting out.
Yeah, your mic's totally fine. Don't worry.
I think a lot of the problems that we know about this movie, we only know about them because we heard about them in special features on the DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. I think if you grew up watching this movie on VHS in the 90s like I did, I unfortunately did not see this in theaters.
Love you, Night 90.
I think it was always just a really good Leatherface film. It's incredibly entertaining. It feels so polished and mainstream. The New Line Cinema polish, glaze, whatever you want to call it, it seems so apart from the grit and nastiness of part 1 and 2, but also it feels so serious and angry, and it has a really nihilistic, angry tone to it. Like the body pit scene feels incredibly freaky in the opening scene. They're talking about like blood poisoning, and it's all very downbeat. Obviously, the cameo of Stretch is pretty cool. It's shot really well. The lighting is all the blues and the pinks and the reds are really, really cool. The house in is really cool. They're really weird. This new faction of the family, the Sawyer family, is bizarre and cool. And the corpse of Grandpa is great. Leatherface himself is really good. How do you say his name? I always say it's R.A. Mihailoff. Is that how you say his name?
Sure. I can never pronounce it either.
Great job as Leatherface. I'm not a huge fan of the way the mask looks with the teeth and the long hair, but I get it. The brown suit is really cool. The chainsaw is great. The gold Cadillac chainsaw is so good. So cheesy, so outlandish, but like the movie didn't care because it knows what it is. Obviously, you can tell that's a California setting and not Texas, but I've heard some people defend it saying, hey, West Texas sort of looks like that. So I don't know.
Can I ask you a question? And I want you to just give me a yes or a no caveats, no buts, just a yes or a no. Is the trailer better than the movie?
Are you talking about the Lady in the Lake trailer?
You know exactly.
No, it's not. It's not better.
You're a lie.
It's not. The trailer's cool, but I would hate for the tone of that trailer to be the movie. Just like I would hate for the tone of that Jason Takes Manhattan trailer to be the tone of the final movie. Like they're great trailers for what they are, but no, I'm glad the tone does not match that trailer. Give me a break.
It's Texas Chainsaw Evil Dead.
Dude. Also, the gas station sequence. What is his name? Alfredo. His name is Alfredo, right? Yeah, the creepy guy with the camera. His name is Alfredo, I think. Obviously, Aragorn from Lord of the Rings is fucking kick-ass as Tex. The truck in this movie is badass with like the cow skin across the hood of the car. The Tinker is an awesome character. What does he always say? Technology is our friend. Dude, that's a badass character, dude. The mom with the voice box is freaky. The little girl's freaky from Friday Part 7. Like, you can't not love this facet of the family, dude. Like, they're so crazy.
I think you have goggles on, nostalgia goggles.
The main character chick is pretty good. Her boyfriend's pretty good. What's his name? William Butler from also Friday 7. Good job. You don't hate any of the characters in this movie, even the ones you're supposed to hate. Like everybody, I don't know. It's a fucking crazy, interesting ride. And obviously, Ken Foree kicks fucking major ass in this movie. Like if he wasn't in the movie, it would probably drop down a couple notches. But like he is the best part of the film, I think, as Benny. So good.
All right, before I interject, let me give this super chat some love real quick. Thank you so much. Haddonfield Shape 78 with the $4.99. He says, I was 14 when I saw this in the theater, and the scene with Leatherface turn around and has the boyfriend's face on is still disturbing. So there you go. Haddonfield Shape 78 with some love for Texas Chainsaw 03. Let me give him a clip real quick. Let me give him an old school clip.
Make it with just the kernels, add your salt in there after it's finished, and instead of shaking it up with that popcorn butter oil stuff you're talking about, use some grapeseed oil. grapeseed oil and salt, it'll change your life. I swear to Christ.
And I love the cheesy slasher. The cheesy slasher, he survived at the end, walking up with the chainsaw blaring as they drive away into the sunset. So fucking killer. So New Line Cinema. So New Line Cinema. The soundtrack kicks fucking ass. The score kicks fucking ass.
He didn't skip a beat.
So this movie is so fucking good that, like, I don't care how many problems it had. I know, Jeff Burr he had all kinds of shit, against him for this film. The film turned out fucking so good. Like, I wish we could see what it was going to be beyond the unrated version. But, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I feel like if we hadn't ever known about these problems, we would never think that they were a thing. You know what I mean? I just don't think we would ever be aware that there was anything wrong with the film.
Fair enough, Brandon. I think that you have some love for Part 3 in the chat. I think a lot of people say, I like the film, but you're out of line putting it at number 3. I mean, do you have any response to those critics out there who don't
they can't all be right like me. So I feel bad for them.
With that being said, Brandon, we're going to number 2 and number 1. So
it's obvious at this point, right? Yep, there it is. The number 2 film in the franchise, the only true sequel, the only sequel we ever needed, the only Part 2. Like, again, I love Texas Chainsaw 3D. I like Texas Chainsaw 2022, but in my opinion, the only true sequel that feels like a true sequel in the same world with the same lineage of family and the same version of Leatherface, as crazy and sexually frustrated as he is in this film, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 is the true sequel. Tobe Hooper, a Leatherface that is still genuinely frightening. The mask kicks fucking ass. The family kicks fucking ass. Chop Top, obviously, dude. Are you kidding me? Drayton Sawyer is off his meds in this movie. Dennis Hopper is fucking insane. Carolyn Williams is the best final girl in the whole franchise. This probably has one of the best original scores in the whole series. I actually probably like it the best. The contemporary soundtrack kicks fucking ass. It almost rivals the contemporary soundtrack from Eternal Living Dead 85. It almost rivals that as far as all the old punk songs and shit. Like, dude, the setting, underground. Dude, I could speak for 3 hours about why this movie kicks so much fucking ass. And I know you're right there with me.
I'm saving it for my ranking. I'm going to let the chat decide. Let's go to number 1, Brandon, which is
the original film. There we are. The masterpiece. What else is there to say? The most genuinely frightening fucking entry in this series. I still get uncomfortable watching it, even though I know it's fake. It still feels so real and so angry and so nihilistic and so just hopeless. Fucking love it. Scariest version of Leatherface, that killing mask, the pretty lady mask, the grandma mask, the house, the heat, the humidity, the cook, the hitchhiker, all the weird sounds. Dude, it sounds so cliche, but this is an instance where the original film really is the top tier and nothing else is really even close except for, again, the first sequel. Because as much as I love Leatherface and TCM 2003 and all the rest, is this movie and Part 2 are on an island unto themselves. You know what I mean?
Shanna called you out.
Yeah, she's that's my fiance in the chat, and she's talking about our 2018 fan film, which unfortunately didn't make the list, but it would be probably number 1. It really is the most quality film in existence, but that's for another time, Christian. Another time.
Thank you so much, Michael Piatowski. I was just saying Towski. I don't know how you say it. For the $5, man. Thank you. You're always very generous on the show. Leatherface 3 is garbage. It is cut to shit. New Line wanted it to be the new franchise that never happened. Well, you have to blame Bob Shea. Like, he buys the rights to do the film and then wants to cut everything out of a Texas Chainsaw film. So listen, I think Toby probably would have had gore in the first movie, Brandon, if he could afford to do it all. Maybe not, but it is what it is, Michael. That's the film we got. Clearly, Michael is not a big fan of that one. Thank you so much, though, brother. Let me give him a clip. Brandon, I think you are going to rage quit my list.
With all these nicknames, everyone that I accumulate like 3 pounds of fat.
Hell yeah.
So, Brandon, obviously we're at an hour and 30. We're not going to do a whole nother hour and 30 for my list. I am going to go through my list. I will give a brief summation. If you have anything you want to disagree with, challenge me. I'll shrink you down to size, but please feel free. Are you ready to be on the other side of the table?
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, are y'all ready for the real Texas Chainsaw Massacre list from a real fan, from a real Texan? Because Brent, I'm 45 minutes from state line. Okay, I'm a Texan, basically. Okay,
But I'll think of a good quip. As you go through your list, I'll think of a good quip. I don't have one right at the top of my head.
all right. There's 9 films. Number 9, the biggest pile of acid trash in this entire franchise. Let me change the banner. You're right. I'm sorry about that.
What does it say?
Worst film, the absolute worst film. It was saying stream starting soon. Stream starting soon. The worst film in this franchise, number 9, Leatherface. Absolutely a horrible prequel. Does not feel like a Texas Chainsaw film whatsoever. Feels like a straight-to-video Devil's Rejects trash film. I don't blame the filmmakers per se, but the fact of the matter is, if they wanted this movie to be good, they would have gone back to the drawing board and made a decent movie and probably would have done something totally different. Yeah, this is trash. So I'm sorry. You can take this film and stick it straight up your ass, Brandon. Go ahead.
I think to each his own. I think it's pretty standard of an opinion to hate this movie. So I think you're
exactly
right
so
there. You're
the
right there with
jackass.
public opinion. I think you're right there with public opinion. So
Yeah.
I have no retaliatory response there, Christian. I have nothing.
Okay, fair enough. Brandon, where would you like to go next? Are you ready for number 8? Let's see what the chat's saying. Chat, do you agree or disagree with me? Yeah, but the lighting is spot on.
It is really good. It is really good.
100% bottom of the barrel. 100%. They're agreeing with me. They're agreeing with me. All right, Brandon, are you ready?
I'm ready.
For number 8. Now, I'm going to take personal vendettas aside on this list. I'm going to be fair and balanced, unlike Brandon. Number 8, unequivocally, without any shadow of a doubt, is 2022. The reason is by this point, we've got to be stepping it up. This is the 9th film, Brandon. I think we should be moving things in a new direction. And the fact of the matter is, this is the 8th movie to be another sequel that's to part 1. There's been no part 3 yet. No real part 3. Number-wise, sure, there has. But has there really been a part 3, Brandon? No, there has not. Even when they redid the movie, they did a prequel to that.
That's right.
My list is spot on. People are calling me an idiot in the chat, but what do they know? You know what I'm saying? So, Brandon, how do you feel so far? Have I lost you? Do I still have you?
No. I mean, that having this movie lower on the list is where mine was pretty much. It's a couple steps down compared to mine, but that's because you can't accept the truth about Next Generation. So, but we'll work on it.
I mean, I think you got to relax a little bit. So guys, that is my number 8. Brandon, are you ready to go to number 7?
I'm ready.
My number 7 is, oh shit.
Hell yeah.
Number 7, Brandon, are you ready?
I am ready.
Number 7 is Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Yeah. So far, we're not really too far off. Like Next Generation aside.
Well, we'll see what happens. First of all, Next Generation is a vastly better film than this. And anybody that disagrees, they know where they can go.
I disagree.
Well, you know exactly where you can go. Here's the thing, Brandon. From the previous movie on, I will always have complaints about a lot, but I legitimately enjoy watching every film except Leatherface, which I can even watch Leatherface, but there's no excuse for it.
I honestly feel like you want to put Next Generation where this is and put this above it.
No,
you just have to stick to your guns.
See, you haven't let me get in front of the judge and plead my case. You pled your. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'd be a little bit more respectful. So yeah, that's that. Next up, Brandon. How are we feeling in the chat? I'd swap with 3D, but agree with its ranking below everything else. There you go. Christian is wrong. 3D in this economy. Nah, that's not fair. 3D is better than Part 4 in the beginning. Well, Richard, just got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Agreed, but damn, it's fun. Brandon, I think they're with me more than you.
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right, Brandon. So that was number 7. Are you ready for number 6?
Yes.
Number 6 is Texas Chainsaw 2003.
Wow, dude.
Now, let me say this before the chat loses its gourd. I'm having a great time tonight. I'm playing it up a little bit for you guys. Now, I'm actually going to be legitimately serious with y'all. Before you call me an idiot, just listen to me. Do I think this movie is made well? You're goddamn right. Now, here's what I want to say. And before you guys start saying, no way, I disagree with you, just listen to me.
Great color grading.
All I'm asking is for you guys to hear me out. You guys are disagreeing. You haven't even heard me talk yet. You see, you look, Brent, look at the chat go. Look at them go. I haven't even said what I'm going to say yet. They won't give me a chance. Brendan, they're not giving me a chance.
Yeah, you're getting murked right now in the chat.
See, look, they're not giving me a chance. They're already disregarding me. They're not giving me a shot. Brendan, do you think that's fair? Would you give me a chance? Would you let me explain myself?
Yeah, I'm letting you go right now. I'm being quiet.
You're letting me go right now.
Go ahead.
All right, now I'll go if they'll give me a chance.
All right, chat. Let's simmer down there for a minute.
Listen, guys, I'm going to review that 4K when it comes out. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch the film.
For what?
The 4K that's coming out.
Of
Narrow.
Oh, for the remake. Yeah.
Guys, listen I'm looking at y'all. I'm just asking for a chance to let me talk for once. Can I talk on my show? You guys let Brandon talk all night. Y'all don't interrupt him. I give a movie ranking, Brandon. They dismiss me from the start.
It happens.
You know what? I don't even want to talk. I don't. Let's just move on. I don't even want to talk. They're not going to listen to me. You're not going to listen to me.
I'm listening. Open ears.
All right, Brandon. All right, I'm going to talk. Now that you guys have calmed down, you've retracted your disagree. Everybody's retracted their disagree. All right, Brandon. Here's what I got to say. Thank you, Casual Villainy. Thank you. This movie is well made, Brandon. I get why audiences love it. All I'm asking is for my side to be heard. And what I'd like to say is this. I am a fan of the origin, the style of that original film. I am a fan of what Leatherface truly is. This film decided to make it for modern audiences and take away what Gunnar Hansen, who is an icon in this business, did with this character, which what Toby did with this character. This movie turned Leatherface into what everything else was in horror, a monster. And that's what you guys wanted. But here's the thing, Brandon. You have to understand something. Why can't I want what I want? Why do I have to go along with everybody else?
You don't, but I have to ask you a question.
You can ask anything you want. Please go.
So the Leatherface in part 4 was what you wanted from Leatherface over the remake?
What you're doing is what we call a red herring right now. You're trying to get away from my point by asking me another point that's
remember,
excuse me.
The remake was also shot in Texas and also feels more like the original than part 4. Just saying.
Excuse me. What you're doing is you're doing a red herring. You're moving the goalpost. Okay, that's what you're doing. What I'm getting at is I don't like what they did to the character. I wanted something different from what they did. What they did is make Leatherface the monster. So what I'm getting at is I can respect the fact that this movie is beloved by millions around the world. I can respect the fact that this is a well-made film. But I want you guys to respect what I have to say. I want you guys to respect where I'm coming from. And what I'm saying is this film missed the mark on what I wanted. You guys, a lot of you guys, see, if we start talking about Halloween, Brandon, a lot of you guys will say, I hate the remake. They showed too much of they changed Myers. But when I say I don't like 2003, they changed Leatherface, all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy here. All of a sudden, everybody's pointing their finger at me. I don't think that's fair, Brandon. I don't think you think that's fair. I think you see where I'm coming from. Why is it that I'm the bad guy here? But when we talk about Halloween, it's Christian, you don't know what you're talking about. They ruined Myers. Christian, they ruined him. But y'all want to sit up here and be rude to me and disrespect me?
I don't buy that you like the remake less than part 4.
You're not see, again, what you're doing is what we call shifting the goalpost. You're giving me a red herring.
You can't even keep a straight face.
You're not engaging with the conversation. You're trying to move. So anyway, let's move on. I think I've said what I had to say. Chat, I hope you guys hear me. I hope you guys respect what I have to say. So let's continue. Next up, Brandon, that was what was that, number 5?
I've lost track.
What was that, chat? Let's see. We did what was this, guys? I can't remember what that was. 5. All right, number 4, Brandon. Are you ready for number 4?
Yes.
Number 4, ladies and gentlemen. No, that can't be. That was number 6. That was number 6. Okay, now we're going to number 5. Are you ready, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Leatherface. Give me your thoughts.
No, I mean, I respect the list. Everybody's got different opinions. I can't agree with it. I can't sanction this buffoonery, but I get it.
Well, here's the problem, Brandon.
I think you're lying to us.
No, Brandon, this is number 5. What's so wrong about that?
I do not buy that you have part 4 above the remake or this movie. I don't buy it.
A lot of people say completely agree with this one. CH8 is right on the money. Even I lost Brandon on the remake, but I got him back on 3. I got him back. You know what's so funny? Part 3 is so forgettable. I bet you if I asked Facci any question about part 3, he would have the answer. He would have the answer for any scene that I mentioned. What happened in this scene? He'd remember. Why don't you buy it? I don't understand. Why can't I be taken seriously?
You can. I am taking you seriously. I don't buy it.
Why, Brandon? Yours was like number 4. Like we're one off. What is wrong,
I don't buy that. I don't buy that you like part 4 over this movie.
dude? So let's just move on.
I think I'm being trolled.
No, you're not being trolled. All right, number 4 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation.
Damn.
Now listen here. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready? I'm just going to say it right now. People that want to say that part 4 is so bad, but say part 3 is so great, they're not lying about part 3, but they're exaggerating about how bad 4 is. 4 is nowhere near levels worse than 3. Now, I'm going to tell you why I like part 4 a lot. First of all, this movie feels like a real Texas film. I'm going to tell you why. Because this means something to me. Heritage means something to me. Okay? This is a Texas production, Brandon. Helmed by the legend Kim Henkel, who I have a lot of respect for Kim Henkel. Apparently you don't. Oh, and might I mention that one of America's greatest actors of all time is riveting in this film. And for some reason, when you mention it, you pass by that.
Who?
You mention him in passing.
McConaughey?
You mentioned him in passing. Oh, yeah, McConaughey's fine. But, and then you move on to negatives. What I'd like to do is focus on the positives.
He's positively annoying in the film.
He is fantastic in this film. He is truly one of the only members of the history of the Texas Chainsaw family that feels like and I'm going to say it, feels like he really belongs with the family from part 1. Because the family in part 1 is truly unhinged. Matthew McConaughey is unhinged in this film. He got it. Matthew McConaughey understands Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He's brilliant in this film, Brandon. And the thing is, I know you agree. There is a moment where he takes the shotgun, he shoves it in his mouth, begging the girl to shoot. Veins are popping out of his head. He looks like he's about to blow. It's one of the craziest scenes I've ever seen. He gave respect to this franchise. He gave respect to the original film. Matthew McConaughey made Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation. And that's a fact. And you can disagree with it all you want, but his performance in this film, I dare say, is leaps and bounds better than anything in part 3.
Tex?
And
Alfredo? There's no way. There's no way.
Matthew McConaughey was an icon in this film. He was brilliant.
Iconically annoying in this film.
He was great in this film. Now, say what you want about Leatherface. The character was true to the original. That is important to me.
Wrong.
No, right. And I'm going to tell you something. The fact that Leatherface's clothes legitimately looked like they came from a Goodwill, like with the camo shirt and stuff on, dude, that seemed so realistic to me. I love that. And the house that they shot this film in is so grotesque and nasty. When you watch it on screen, you literally just feel like you want to shower. That is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You're not ready. You're not ready for this conversation. There are some people in the chat that have wised up. Quality aside, have we forgotten, Brandon, that the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre was a shoestring budget film?
It was.
I feel like we've forgotten that somehow.
But it somehow looks 10 times more expensive than the part 4 film. It's crazy.
But that's the thing. It doesn't look 10 times more expensive. It doesn't. It's the fact that it was an original film that did something no film had done before. You don't see budget. You see a masterpiece, and rightfully so. But when you start peeling back the layers and you start looking at the books, you're going to see a lot of similarities in the production and the making of Next Generation and Part 1. People
That's
can
fine.
say what they want. Part 4 is the only film to be made like Part 1 at its core. At its core.
But that doesn't mean it's better.
And that, my friends, is why the Next Generation is where it's at on this list. That's what I got to say about it. Now,
but none of those things factor into the movie, though. That's just the making of.
I disagree. I totally disagree. There's more. There's a lot that goes into this. This film feels.
I feel like this Leatherface is a joke.
That's all you got?
That's the sentence.
Fair point. All right, moving on to number. What was that? Number 4?
That was number 5.
What was that?
For me, that was number 4.
Okay, so that was number 4. So we're down to my top 3.
Yeah.
Number 3, and rightfully so, Brandon, and I mean rightfully so, is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. This film gets it much more right. This film is the better of the Platinum Dunes films. And I'm going to go on a limb, Brandon, and I'm just going to say it because it needs to be said. This right here is the best Platinum Dunes horror film they ever made. This, not 03, not Nightmare on Elm Street. Not that anybody would say that. This is the best Platinum Dunes film they made. Point blank, period. The tone is right. The characters are great. The brother storyline in the beginning was phenomenal. This Leatherface is much more in line with the history of the character. Could you imagine if any of the Hammer films would have taken a bunch of crazy, ridiculous stuff that, well, actually they did do some crazy stuff. So that's not a great example. Anyway, getting back to my point at hand, this right here is better than 03 in every way. And to that you say,
I would say you are on lithium and on crack, maybe. But I respect the choice. It's important to have The Beginning in the top 5.
Top 3, actually. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, you named it. The only man to ever perfect a sequel from his original. Maybe not the only guy, but Brandon, I'm going to say it. This right here is either top 2 or top 3 of the greatest horror comedies ever made. Number 1 being Return of the Living Dead.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Number 2 being either this or Evil Dead 2. Take your pick. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 had so much going up against it. Canon Films pulling money. Coming out 12 years after Part 1. Toby basically being forced to do this so he could make other movies that he wanted to do. And he made a great horror comedy that still has the pulsating anxiety of the best of the best. Texas Chainsaw 2 is an 80s horror masterpiece.
Absolutely agree.
And number 1, of course, is the greatest horror film of all time, Tobe Hooper's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I win everybody back with my 1 and 2. My question is, what is everybody else's 1 and 2 in the chat? I'd love to hear that. Please tell me what everybody else's 1 and 2 is. So, Brandon, how did I do? Give it to me.
Pretty good.
Give it to me straight. Did I disappoint you, or do you respect my list?
I respect your list. I don't buy still that you like Part 4 better than the other ones, but I will accept the trolling for the sake of this video. I don't believe you.
Wait, hold on. No, I'll respect that. I have to respect your opinion. I can't expect to change your opinion.
Actually, here's what I think. I'll say I'll believe you, but I don't want to believe you.
Do you
That's
see
what I'll
where
say.
Okay, so all right, guys, listen. I'm having fun tonight, okay? But that doesn't mean I'm lying about what I said. Everything I said tonight, I truly believe.
I believe you.
But
I
I
just
was
don't want to
having
believe it.
fun because I see some people thinking I'm really losing it or my hat's on too tight. But listen, guys, I'm just going to say it. I love The Next Generation. And I
He
love
doesn't.
the history behind the behind the scenes of that film. I love the fact that Kim Henkel made a genuine local Texas production Texas Chainsaw film. I love that. I love McConaughey. He is top 5 of my all-time favorite characters from the series. So how can I hat that big? Well, it's not like, look at the brim. Like, it's squeezed in the top. I can barely fit it on with my headphones. So Brandon, let's see what people are saying as their top 2, because I think that's where it gets interesting. 2003 is number 1 in the Brandon. Okay, can we meet on common ground? Having the OG behind the remake. Do you find that?
No, actually, I know a sea of people who.
I think you muted yourself. Thank God he got cut off by saying some buffoonery.
The wire is finicky on this. Like something's wrong with it.
Brandon, go to your settings. It defaulted you back to your computer audio.
How about that? Better.
Go ahead. Now go ahead.
Something's wrong with the cord on this mic. I know a sea of people who like the remake better than the original. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. Just like I know a sea of people who think the Rob Zombie Halloween's better than the 78 original. I know a lot of people. So I think it's just one of those things. It's weird.
Thank you so much, Dino, with the Late Horror Show $2 super chat. Matthew David McConaughey makes me want to shower. Dino, let me give you a little clip real quick. Let me see.
The best part of eating corn on the cob is when like shit sprays out of it and you hit somebody in the eye with the water.
Brandon, I want to tell you something, Brandon. So I told you I got a little PC set up and I wanted to make that my streaming computer and keep it completely unbogged down with file. I'm actually liking PC a lot. Like, I love Mac, but like I've gotten used to my PC. I record all my YouTube shorts with my PC. And I got to say, I'm not switching teams all the way, but I'm not going to dog PC. I actually think my PC works really great. I like it. I'm hoping the stream setup went really well tonight. I've been streaming with my PC now instead of using my Mac because my Mac does a lot of things great, but I just want to say I like my PC now.
Excellent.
So
PC's good.
TCM 2 and TCM. Wait, 1 TCM, 2 TCM 2. 2 won the rest. TCM 2 is better than TCM. Wow.
I know a lot of people.
TCM 2 is number 1. The original is number 2. Next Gen number 1. God bless you, Midnight in Space. 1974 and 86. My 1 and 2 aren't 1 and 2. Wow. Somebody said, I didn't mean to click on this one, but great. The Next Gen is the closest in tone to the original. Feels like the most natural sequel. Brandon, I agree. Well, I don't think any genuinely feel like a natural sequel, but I get what he's coming at with this. And like I said, it's the DNA of the film that is the closest to the original. Now, I can understand if that means nothing to you, but okay, let's see what people are saying. Beginning is better than 03. God bless you. You can't talk about the greatest horror comedy ever made without talking about Abbott, Costello, Meet Frankenstein. You know what, Richard? You have been on my ass tonight, but I'm going to tell you something. I agree with you on there. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein is possibly one of the greatest, most hysterical films of all time. I like it better than Frankenstein itself, to be honest with you. 2 won the rest. Let's see. He was committed to the role. I agree. He really was, Matthew McConaughey. TCM 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 in the remake. 74, 06, then 03, then part 2. I'm going to respect that, Brandon, because you got 06 at a very high spot. God bless you, brother. TCM 2 is better than all of them.
TCM 2 is getting a lot of love.
It is. Nobody barks like a demented seal, quite like Matthew.
You got that right.
Oh, Brandon. So I'm gonna do a poll tonight. Actually, let me do this. I'm not gonna do a poll yet, guys. Brandon, what was the other franchise that went up against this one in terms of a ranking?
Elm Street.
Now, Brandon, do you have a controversial Elm Street ranking?
I don't know.
Don't get into it, but I just want to know: do you think you do?
I'm not really sure.
And how many?
I didn't think this was controversial, but it turned out to be controversial. So,
Brandon, here's the question: do you agree that Freddy versus Jason can fall in different spots when putting it in a Friday?
Well, yeah, it does for sure.
Ranking,
yep.
Than an Elm Street franchise
yep.
ranking. You agree that
yes, because if you're ranking it as
a Friday film,
as an Elm Street or a Friday film, yes, exactly.
So here's my question, guys. This is our second show in a row where we did a ranking. We can do one more and cap that off for a bit, or we can move on. So the question is, do you want to see another ranking episode where Brandon throws it out there? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you want us to do one more. And if you do, if it's an overwhelming yes, we like this, we'll do one more because I don't want it to turn into a ranking show. But if you guys like that, we'll do one more. And then I will take Elm Street. Give me a thumbs up in the chat or a yes. Let me know. I will take Elm Street and I will throw another franchise up against it, Brandon, and we can see what that and we'll see what the poll will be.
Look at them thumbs ups.
Oh yeah, they want it. They want it, Brandon. All right, now Brandon, let me pull up the page. I'm gonna do a poll. Now, Brandon, what are some big, huge franchises that you would like to have as a ranking?
Halloween.
Unless
you want to save that for October.
No, dude, we're gonna do the pumpkin show in October.
Well, we could always do 2 shows.
Yeah, we're doing the pumpkin carving in October. By the way, guys, we still have Brandon. These shows are getting wild, Brandon. 250 people.
Nice. By the way, the last Planet Dirty is the biggest one we've had.
Yeah,
so
guys.
far, right?
Guys, I want to tell y'all something. The last Planet Dirty is the highest viewed live stream on this channel. We got over 5,000 views on that. So, Brandon, we're gonna do Elm Street versus Halloween. I think we can make it a Summerween kind of show. The Summerween Halloween debacle franchise ranking. That's what we can call it. It's actually a pretty good name. So I'm going to do a poll. Now, Brandon, which one do you want to do?
I'm down for either. It's close enough now to Halloween to do it, or we could wait, or we could do Nightmare on Elm Street, or we could do Hellraiser. Children of the Corn. I'm trying to think of some long franchises.
But here's the thing. If we're going to do one more, it's got to be a main. This is my thinking. It has to be a main event franchise. And I'm just going to be real. To me, Hellbound is one of the greatest 80s films of all time. Love Hellbound as well as the first Hellraiser. After 3, nobody really gives a fuck. I'm just being honest. They've seen them and they're all going to say that they're shit. All they're going to want to know is which order all those shitty movies are going to be in. So we got to do them. You agree. We have to make it a main event franchise. So I think it's going to be Halloween versus Elm Street. Now, between the two, actually, you know what, Brandon? Don't say which one you'd rather do because I don't want them to go against you. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to drop the poll right now. Here's the poll. Now, Brandon, whoever gets to 100 votes, we're going to do 100 votes. At 100 votes, Brandon, whatever has the lead at that point, that's what we're going to go with. All right, the poll is going, Brandon. Do you see the poll?
I don't, but I'm going to go into the actual show.
Yeah, you got to pull it up on the pull it up on a browser.
I see the poll now.
All right, Brandon. Elm Street's at 50. Oh, Brandon. It's 50-50, Brandon.
Wow.
All right, let's see how many votes we're at. When we get to 100 votes, that's where we cut it off. We're at 70 votes, Brandon. It's close. It's 52-48. Elm Street's in the lead at 52%. We're
Really?
at
I'm
75
surprised.
votes, Brandon. We're at 75 votes. Elm Street is at 52%. 77 votes. 49-51. Elm Street. 78 votes. Brandon, it is close.
People might just be like, over Halloween right now.
80 votes. Yeah, but your ranking will definitely put butts in the seats. 84 votes. Halloween just took the lead. Elm Street's back in the lead. Halloween just took the lead at 84 votes. Brandon, 86 votes. Halloween's in the lead. 50-50 at 80 votes. 88 votes, Brandon. It's 50-50. Oh, my God. Elm Street's in the lead. 51%. Oh, back to 50-50. 90 votes. It's 50-50. Elm Street.
We're going to rank both franchises in the same show.
Brandon, if that's the case, we're going to do it. Halloween night on Elm Street.
There we go. That's awesome.
51%. 98. We're almost 100 votes. 100 votes. 95. 98 votes. We need 2 more votes, Brandon. 99 votes. We're at 100 votes. Here we go. 99 votes. Oh, my God. Brandon, it's a tie. Oh
Is it really?
It was a dead tie.
There's no way.
God. Brandon, Halloween night on Elm Street. Main event show. You're ranking 2 of them. You're ranking both of them, Brandon.
I'm down if you're down.
Oh, my God. It's Halloween night on Elm Street, Brandon.
All right. Well, as long as we have a bathroom break in the middle of that, I'm fine with that.
Oh, my God.
Like
Brandon,
a 3-minute
hold on,
snack
guys.
break.
Let me ask you this. Should we mix the movies all in and Brandon ranks them that way? Or do we separate them? That's the question, Brandon. Do we mix them or do you separate them? What would you rather do?
I don't know. Mixing them might be a fucking shit show. I don't know. That's up to y'all.
Everybody's saying mix. No mix. Actually, you're getting a lot of no mixes.
Oh, I see a lot of mixes too. Shit.
Right,
I would
Brandon.
say separate's probably better. But
We'll separate them, but I'm not ranking them. I did very higher end. I say higher end. Brandon's videos are much higher than me, but I did rankings that I still stand by. Actually, no, my rankings would probably change, but Brandon is going to rank both of these franchises for you. So Brandon, you can post your Elm Street, you can post your Texas Chainsaw, you can unprivate it, but if you don't mind, private your other ones like you did.
Oh, they're done. Yeah, they're gone.
So guys, are y'all ready for Halloween night on Elm Street? It's going to be Brandon's final reckoning. Brandon, are you down? Hey, Brandon, listen, it was 50-50. I said at 100 votes, it's 50-50.
Yep, I believe you. Let's do it.
Halloween night on Elm Street is going to be sick.
All right. Let's do it.
So there we have it, guys. All right, no mix. Okay, people are saying separate. We're not going to mix them. Guys, y'all check out my rankings I did on those. This is going to be fun. Brandon, this will cap off our rankings. I think Halloween night on Elm Street is going to be the biggest show we ever do, Brandon.
It better be. When we make the listings for that show, you guys better share it and promo it wherever you can. Let's get like 1,000 people watching at the same time. That would be fucking lit.
And guys, this is what I'm going to do. Be on the lookout. I'm going to make an email account, and I'm going to get you guys to send in 30 to 1 minute video, 30-second video clips to say which movies you want to see Brandon trash or love. And before the show starts, you guys are going to give me video clips. You can film them upwards like a TikTok, or you can turn your phone sideways and make it like a YouTube video. I want you guys to send in clips to an email. I'm gonna make an email, Brandon. I'm gonna make a Planet Dirty email. We're gonna take all the clips, download them into StreamYard, and before that show starts, people are gonna say, "Hey, this is blank. I want to hear Brandon trash Halloween 5, and he better show love to this movie or do this with Elm Street." So it's not going to be an 8-hour show. Brandon's going to rank both of them. I'm not ranking them. Then it would be a long show. It'll be a 2-hour show. We're going to have some fun. I'm excited, Brandon. This is a great way.
Hours. We're like 4 hours. We're at 2 hours now.
We're at 2 hours and 10 minutes. But guys, I think the audience is down. They're gonna have a blast. What a way to cap it off. Guys, this is gonna be the third year with the pumpkin carving contest. The third year for the pumpkin carving contest is going to be great. Brandon has won 2 years in a row. If Brandon wins the third year in a row, he cannot do year 4. He's got to. No, that's not
disqualified.
Now, Brandon, are you nervous for the? Are you practicing for the pumpkin carving contest, or do you feel confident enough in your abilities that you don't need to practice?
I feel good. The question is if I'm going to be naked while I carve the pumpkin or not. That's the real question.
Here's the thing, Brandon. Do you have pants on right now?
I don't.
So how does that pulled pork doing? How's it sitting in you?
It's sitting pretty good. It's pretty heavy. It's not going through me, so it's gonna make me sleep really good. I might go eat some more out of the pot on the stove. So yeah, I might drink some of this.
You gonna drink that? Yeah. Brandon, I had a great time tonight, dude. This was a fun show.
It was a blast.
I don't think we topped the Friday the 13th one because But dude, if you disrespect
Elm Street, movies,
this was a great show. I had a great time. But the Friday one was legendary. There were so many people that were commenting, legendary episode, clip this, best moment of all time. But I had a great time tonight. I think we showed out for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's the perfect time to do it right now. It's summer. I think we're going to cap off our ranking special with Halloween Night on Elm Street. Brandon's Final Reckoning. That's the name of the episode, Brandon. So you need to make a great thumbnail for this. I'm counting on you.
Sounds good to me.
As a matter of fact, I have a great idea for the thumbnail, Brandon. Can you take the I want you to make me like Jason from Jason Takes Manhattan, where my head is going to be above the Elm Street and the Myers house. I want you to put them together, and I'm going to be above it with my hands like this. And then you're going to be in the forefront looking at the camera, terrified. We're going to make a Brandon, I want you to make a thumbnail so good that I want to be able to print like 20 11 by 17s of it, have us sign them, and then I'll give them away to fans of the show. I'll give them to fans of the show. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
I'll pay for the prints. I'll mail them to you. You autograph all of them. You send them back to me. And then if we can have this done before the show, I will take people that are fans of the show that are always here. I will pick them in the show, and you have to be in the live show watching. And I'll be like, Oprah, Brandon, you get a picture. You get a picture. Brandon, this is it. This is going to be the main event ranking show.
There we
Halloween Night on Elm Street, Brandon's Final Reckoning. I am ready. We have got to step it up for these, Brandon. 200 plus people all night for this show. It's amazing.
Excellent. Amazing.
How you feeling? You feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
What's the plan for tomorrow? Pork. What's the plan for tomorrow? Eat more of that pork and bread?
I got 2 smash burger patties left in the freezer. I'm going to cook those on the grill tomorrow. And that's about it. That's all I'm going to do tomorrow.
So,
yeah.
All right, guys. Before we wrap up, let us know. Did you enjoy the show? Did you have a good time tonight? Are you looking forward to Halloween Night on Elm Street, Brandon's Final Reckoning? And are you subscribed to Tabata Vision as well? Let me know. How did everybody enjoy the show tonight? And then we'll get out of here, Brandon. I got to get to bed. It's midnight by me, which means it's 1 a.m. by you.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat some cereal and watch some found footage documentaries on YouTube, I think.
Well, have you seen the documentary that I think it's on Shudder, but Shudder. It's on Shudder. It's called like Found or something. And it's all about the history of, that's where I really learned about the McPherson tapes. And I championed that film. Brandon, that's one of the best found footage movies, the McPherson tapes.
I haven't seen it.
It's from 1989. Brandon, it's phenomenal. It's about an alien invasion.
Oh, maybe I have seen that. Is that where the family's in the house and the aliens are attacking?
Yeah.
And like it ends.
They go outside and they hear something. The guys go inside. Yeah. They see the ship and
right. And then you see
is a masterpiece.
Does it end with a guy in the bathroom and the alien walks up?
No, people in the chat haven't seen it.
But is that it? If that's it, then I have seen it, and it scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. So,
It's an amazing film. Guys, check out my video. Type in Planet CHH McPherson tapes. Brandon, every now and again on my channel, I turn all the lights out and I talk like this in my videos because I want to be spooky. But I kind of got that from you. I kind of got that from you, to be honest. Brandon, can you kind of give us your narrator voice? Can you give us an example, like genuine? Can you give us because you do a great job at when you do your audio stuff, you have a narration kind of crypt keeper voice. Can you give us an example of that?
Off the top of my head, I can't.
Everybody close your eyes, and we're gonna let Brandon.
Let me open up one of my documents real quick. Let me see if there's something in here. Okay, you ready?
Everybody, close your eyes. Here we go. Hold on, Brandon. I'm gonna cover you up. I'm gonna put a picture over this so nobody can see your face. That way you can perform. All right, go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. You ever come across a VHS tape that just haunts you? Not because the movie itself is scary. Oh no, but because the cover is so bizarre, so wild, so perfectly ridiculous that it burns itself into your mind for eternity. Well, back in the day, the cover art for Jacko did that to me. I saw that grinning, jagged-toothed, evil pumpkin-headed monster staring back at me, and I knew I had to see whatever insanity was hidden beyond that slipcover. And folks, Jacko did not disappoint. That's about all I got in me right now.
Dude, that is phenomenal. Seriously, I love the narration voice you have.
I appreciate. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people fucking hate it, dude.
Oh, dude, it's phenomenal. I love it. I love I love what you did when I said, Brandon, you should do a video about taking the Halloween 4 poster and swapping the name and putting Halloween. And I love it. You did it. You go, hey guys, did you see that? I just love the way you're like, did you catch it? I'm hold on, Brandon. Do you play music in that video that's like copywritten music?
In the Halloween poster video?
Yeah. Let
me see real quick. I'm not sure if I do or not.
Hey, do me a favor. I got it. I want to if you don't, I want to end the show playing that video for the audience because I love that video.
It might just be stock music that I licensed from Envato, in which I have the licenses for. So if you get flagged, I could probably get out of it. I don't think I use the Halloween theme, but I can't tell.
I'm listening to it really quick. Let me see. Guys, hang tight. I got something really cool I want to end the show with. All right, here we go, Brandon. All right, Brandon, here we go. You ready? We're going to end the show with this. All right, here we go. All right, Brandon, can you hear this? Let me turn the volume up. Can you hear this, Brandon? Did you hear that?
No.
No. Let me see if I didn't. Also share audio. All right, do you hear this? No? You didn't hear that?
No.
Oh well, it's not worth it. I know. I'm unless you can share it.
I could probably share it. Let me see if it works.
When I have this right here, Brett, do you see this on screen right now or no? Your video?
I don't see anything besides you. I only see you.
Oh, that's why. Now you see it.
Now I see it.
All right, let's watch this video. All right, Brandon, make sure you hear this.
Big shout out to Christian.
Yep. All right, here we go. We're getting the show. Check this video out, guys. I love this video.
And a horror of Planet CHH for sending me the idea for this video. Such a cool concept, but one that I feel like hasn't ever really been addressed anywhere. I mean, I'm sure we've all, as Halloween fans, subliminally had this thought before, but I'll be damned if I've ever had a discussion with anyone about it, and I really doubt you have either. But what are we even talking about here? Well, today we're talking about the infamous theatrical poster.
Yeah, guys, go check that video out. I can't play that.
Yeah, don't get flagged.
Yeah, I don't want to get flagged. Guys, I had a great time tonight. This was awesome. And I got one last thing to say. And what I need to tell you guys is
Mongolian beef. It is off the chain. Oh, I don't. It's crispy, dude. It's fantastic. That shit is fantastic.